Howdy y'all, and welcome back to Nighttime. My name is Emily Aaron, and this is our Halloween show. We have all your favorite sports like soccer, volleyball, and football. Stay tuned for a great show, and Nighttime starts now.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back, okay? Always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.
Welcome back to Nighttime, everyone. It is already episode 8, and I can't believe we are flying through this. Kind of crazy, but I'm joined by Cowboy Emily Aaron and none other than Camden Mowery. And Camden Mowery, how are you two doing today?
Doing pretty good. Feeling good. I'm dressed as you, so I feel pretty confident.
So actually, I'm joined by Mason Myers and Kiersten Blaylock, some great friends of the show that are doing some stuff. Mason, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I get to live the life as Camden today, so can't complain.
You're not going to like it. It's terrible. No, it's not that bad. Emily, how are you doing today? Happy Halloween show. How you doing?
I am doing great. I'm so excited. It's going to be such a fun show, and we got a lot of great topics to talk about, so I'm super excited to get started.
Right, we have so much to talk about here in the first segment, so let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys, that space game against ECU that women's soccer took on, it was a low-scoring 1-0 game. The defense played great, but it was the goal by Olivia Lewis that really set us apart. And it was a great goal. It wasn't even really a goal, and it was her first goal of her career. What did you guys think of that space game against ECU? I'll go ahead and start with you, Kiersten.
It was so good. This is the first space game that we've won in 4 years. So, as the women's soccer team, we know they're fantastic. So I imagine it felt pretty good to win, like, such a cool game, like, space game, you know.
Yeah,
right.
I love watching the women's soccer team. They just they keep going, getting better every time. I just love watching them.
And then Emily, did you happen to see that goal that Olivia Lewis had?
I did see that goal, and I just want to shout out and point out, everyone knew this was coming. Olivia Lewis did, in fact, go to my high school. We were there at the same time, so that's kind of cool. Shout out to Cooper City, Cooper kids, you know who you are. And it was just overall, aside from that, it was a very, very good game. Our defense was really, really good. We had 14 shots, but only 1 goal, but that's okay because Olivia Lewis scored it. And we're very proud of her. This is her first goal, and I'm super excited to see. I hope this gives her like a kickstart for the ending of the season. But I hope to see a lot more from her because this was really exciting.
Right, so she's a defender. She doesn't score that often. Honestly, this is her first goal, like we said. So let's go ahead and get into the next game, which was our conference, or our second to last conference game against Houston. Now, big deal with this game. We clinched the regular season conference, which means we are going to be hosting a couple playoff games, and also USF lost, which was always good that day. Also, we're ranked. So I'll go and start with you, Kiersten. How impressive is it that this women's soccer team is ranked?
Oh, it's so impressive. I mean, watching them, like, through the season, they've just gotten better. And, like, in this game, they scored pretty early on. I think the goal was made in the 17th minute, and it was by Kristen Scott.
Who's that?
She's our favorite person ever. We love her.
True.
But she was assisted by Diana Martin, who has also been doing pretty good. I've been looking at her stats, and she's kind of killing the game.
She a dog, too.
She is a dog, too. Yeah.
Mason, I'll go and ask you, what does this mean that we win the conference? Very impressive. Are you proud of this team?
It is very impressive. They dominated this game. They had possession almost like the whole time. It was very impressive to watch.
Right, then Emily, we're impressed by this team, right? Now we get to host a playoff game. I hope that we're all there for it. That's going to be an electric environment, isn't it?
It is. It's going to be very electric, Camden. And I'm very excited for this team because we have been doing so good this season, and we really deserve something like this. And I think that this really is going to highlight all of the accomplishments that our women's soccer team has had. And this is something that we, as a school, are looking forward to, and definitely as a women's soccer player looking forward to for UCF.
So let's go ahead real quick. We'll say one thing about this men's soccer team. They took down a top 15 ranked Charlotte, and I heard that this was not supposed to happen. All right, Charlotte's offense is really good, and they only scored 1 goal against UCF. Now, Gino Vivi, Luca Dorado both had goals, so that was very impressive. Kiersten, You like that? You saw that?
I did, yeah. Well, because they got like a goal in like the first 12 minutes, and then in the 71st minute it was tied, and that's pretty close because a soccer game is 90 minutes. So everybody was like, oh gosh, is it gonna be a tie? But then like 2 minutes later, Dorado made the second goal, and then it was 2-1, and UCF took the win. So pretty cool.
Mason, I'll get your thoughts about it too. Pretty impressive win against a top 15 team, right?
Yeah, very impressive. I also just want to say Gino Vivi got his 19th career goal with in the 12th minute, which was the first goal of the game.
Right. Now, Vivi kind of has had a quiet season, but it's been Luca Dorado, who might be Emily's new favorite player. But he's been so impressive, hasn't he?
He has. Well, throughout the season and for past shows, I've always, when we talked about men's soccer, I've always highlighted him. He is like the Kristen Scott of men's soccer, basically. Fair. They are basically equal, and I feel like needs a little more recognition. He puts all his effort in every game he does, and you see that. You see him play the way that people talk about him. He is just amazing, and obviously we saw that in this game. We got a goal by him and Vivi, but Dorado just really puts in the extra mile, and you can see it when he plays. You really, truly can, and he is, I think, the best player on our men's soccer team.
Right, now we do have to get to volleyball, but real quick, maybe this is some momentum to take on Tulsa in men's soccer. Mason, Kiersten, you think we win that game?
If they keep playing like they have been, yes. If they decide to, then no.
Yeah, they just have to keep the momentum going, and
score goals.
Yeah.
Score more goals than the other team, right?
Yeah,
Emily, can we beat 14th, I believe, or 13th ranked Tulsa on the road? You think we'll beat them?
I believe we can. I think we've picked up the stamina. We see a lot of good things from our players for the past games that we've had. I mean, the last time we did play Tulsa, we did lose, but I feel like that just gives us more confidence to beat them this time. So I think we could pull out a win this time.
All right, now I know you two over there are excited to talk about this volleyball team. We are 17-1, absolutely crushing it. Now, what do you want to say? I'll start with you, Mason, about this volleyball team.
Honestly, it was a good game. They came out strong. They won the first set, and they came to the second set, and it got a little sketchy. I'm not going to lie.
Right, you're talking about that game against USF now. Kiersten, yes. I know you're so proud of yourself. Do you want to say anything about that game against USF?
I am so, proud of myself, but also proud of McKenna Melville. She got her 2,300th kill of her career, and she's like one of the only 21 Division I players to have this record. So that's incredible. It's huge.
Right, she's absolutely off the rails. Now, Emily, this team's been playing pretty nice, haven't they?
Yes, they have. They are on a continuous winning streak, and it is amazing to watch them. It really is.
All right, now I'll let you know before we get to my nightlight. The next couple games are not going to be too hard, but in a month, November 25th, I believe is the date. Mark it down in your calendar. Revenge game at home against Houston, the only team that they've lost to. Now, Mason, Kiersten, we going to win that game?
Yes.
I think we got that.
I think it's going to be an easy dub. They lost to them, but it was a fluke.
Whoa,
they were on the road.
Dub.
I think they were in their heads. They got this time.
And we're winning that, right?
Yes, we are, 100%.
All right, I hope so. Y'all better be there. Now let's go ahead and get to the nightlight of the week. This girl, who remains nameless on the women's soccer team, had her first career goal. She is a defender, and she also made number 7 on SportsCenter Top 10. Stick with us. When we come back, we'll be talking about college football, and I'll let you know who the nightlight is.
Welcome to HCF Hot Takes. I'm Johnny Jackson. We've got Emily Aaron to my right and Maluka Costa to my left.
Hello and welcome to our segment of Hot Ones. I'm here with Noah Kemper and Grant
Wheeler.
Yep, I knew that. Grant Wheeler.
Listen, I'm a Bulls fan, but I just can't ever argue against LeBron. I watched him my whole life.
I've been going back and forth with this debate for a long time. It's got to be Michael Jordan.
Whatever she wanted. I would wake up in a maid costume for Doja Cat.
Brutal.
Jeffrey Laux, no question.
Richie, I would give it to Richie.
It is not Richie. It is not Richie.
No, it's Jeff.
Richie's pronouns are he, they, because he cannot be him.
What?
Oh, where's that?
I'm gonna have to also agree and say Jeff. He always is spiffy.
It might be Cameron. Cameron's had some good fits.
Out of the women, Norelli always dresses really, really cute.
Oh, that went so awful.
It's basketball.
College football, I think, is the best sport to watch. If you don't like soccer, it's because you suck at it.
I think college football is the best.
Thanks for watching.
I am so sorry to be looking a little creepy here with my mask on, but I've been looking forward to this show all day, all week pretty much because of what's going on. But let's go ahead and get into the nightlight first. It was actually Olivia Lewis, and it was her first career goal, like I said. She scored that goal. It wasn't even really a goal. Kind of just like she crossed it, and it happened to go in, so great for her. Now, we're joined here today by Penn State fan Kellie Campbell. Kellie, are you ready for today?
I'm ready for this weekend. Camden, I've been looking forward to this since last year. I mean, I'm so excited to be here. It's our week. I'm so excited.
Now, I've gotten us some time to talk about the game, but first, before we get into it, we're going to talk about last week because...
Yes!
Yeah, even though I'm still running primetime picks, that one over there, she got this one correct as Oklahoma State beat Texas. I'm so disappointed because Texas was up by 14 for pretty much the entire game, and it was like, okay, they're going to win. And then just their offense went, nah, I'm good. I fell into the trap that Texas was back. They're totally not back. I'm so sick of Texas. Emily, congratulations.
Thank you. Oklahoma State beat Texas just like I said they would. Our offense was unstoppable. But listen, I was really nervous the first and the second quarter and part of the third. Texas had the lead for basically the entire game, and I was really, really hoping that we were going to pull out a win. And guess what we did? We came back in the fourth quarter to win the game. Another primetime pick won by myself. So thank you very much. That's all I want to say. I just wanted to, kind of rub it in your face a little bit because you usually win. So.
Congratulations. Now,
thank you.
Kellie, do you want to say anything about that game, or should we just get right into our game?
Honestly, you know what? We could do this. Okay, so Texas reminds me a lot of UCF in the fact that, holy cow, oh my gosh, we're coming back. This is going to be our year. They look super good in other games. They look super good in the past. They almost beat Alabama.
True.
And then they lose to Oklahoma State. But, I mean, Texas does what Texas does every year. They look good, and then they look real bad, which is...
Texas. Can't wait for them to go 9-3. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Emily, I'm just going to let you go ahead and facilitate. We got Ohio State versus Penn State. Just go ahead and say your pick.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start us off by explaining my pick, and then I'm just going to mediate the two of you because I know this is going to be a lot to handle. Okay. I'm going to take Penn State over Ohio. I'm very sorry, Camden.
You just made me mad with that. You just called them Ohio on air. Oh my God, that is like disrespect number one. I hope she told you to say that. That is so disrespectful to Ohio State.
Well, you know what? Is that not what they are?
That is not what they are.
Yeah, that's basically what they are. So Penn State's going to win. Penn State has lost the last 4 or 5 games, and it is time for them to rise up and get a win. And honestly, I just want to see Camden lose. I'm sorry. So I'm taking Kellie's side. So honestly, go ahead. I'm going to mediate. I will see you when we go back to my nightlight. So enjoy. Thank you.
Kellie, how do you think that your team has won 1 out of the last 10 games against Ohio State, only off of a blocked field goal? Like, how are you going to come out here and be like, oh yeah, Penn State's going to win? Like, it's so annoying. Go ahead.
Camden, here's my thing. Yeah. I have absolutely nothing to lose by putting all my marbles in the basket for this game. You have everything to lose. You have the playoffs on the line. You have the Big Ten championship game on the line. We already lost to Michigan.
You could still make the playoffs, though, if you win out. You beat Ohio State. You beat Michigan State, and then you win out. You can still go to the playoffs, okay?
Right, but here's the thing. If you guys beat Michigan and Michigan wins out as well, then the 3 of us are tied in the East.
I don't know what happens then.
Then it's going to be a tiebreaker of the West. It's a big thing. I was looking at it before I came on here. Big shebang. We'll discuss after this weekend. Anyways... Camden, what happened last time you guys came to Penn State and you were ranked number 2?
I'm going to guess he's pretty good from inside the 40.
He's really good inside the 40. So good that he got it blocked. Grant Haley ran it back. Marcus Allen blocked the field goal. Oh, God, I can see it all in my head right now. It was the best day of my life. 2016, and I was in high school the last time we beat you guys. I am a fifth-year senior.
Now? That was like 10 years ago.
Whoa, gee, I'm 23 years old. I'm a fifth-year senior.
That was for like 15 years ago. You lived
I'm
in the
ready
past.
to experience it again. Camden, I can't hear you being 18 or 19 over there. Call me when you can get into a bar to celebrate one of your wins.
Oh. Ouch. Okay, facts. Can you just explain to me this? Have you watched Ohio State play all year?
I have watched Ohio State play this year. I watched C.J. Stroud throw 3 interceptions against Iowa last week.
Nah, that's definitely wrong. Nope, definitely only threw 2. All right, still, no, or 1. I don't know. He definitely did have 3 interceptions, but...
all I know is that him and Sean Clifford had the same amount of interceptions this season, and that is saying something, because Sean Clifford is not that good.
Okay, so you're going to admit that your quarterback's not good. You're going to admit, can we admit Ohio State has better talent? across the board.
I can agree to you that
better coaching.
Looking at the numbers, you do have better numbers.
Better coaching.
I mean,
better
Emeka Egbuka, he's insane. Looking at his number, he's crazy. He has 41 receiving yards for 735 yards. Averaging 17.9 yards. That's insane. Like, I haven't seen numbers like that anywhere else. So
don't even get me started. Marvin Harrison Jr. was told by Joel Klatt last week that he's going to be the top receiver in the NFL in 6 years. Okay,
that's so crazy. Joel Klatt, don't care. Anyways.
This guy's the most unbiased voice in all college football. I'm sorry. He knows what he's talking about. But they've got Marvin Harrison Jr. They've got Emeka Egbuka. They've got Julian Fleming, who scored a touchdown every single game he's played. They've got Cade Stover. They've got G. Scott Jr. They've got Travion Henderson. They've got Mayan Williams. What does your team have?
Are you done listing me your starting roster? Like, what? I could have just Googled that myself. I mean, personally.
Basically,
but anyways, what I want you to look out for, same thing I told you last year, Parker Washington. That man with 50-50 balls is insane because Sean Clifford throws a lot.
So is half of Ohio State's roster.
That's great. That's so insane. Love that for you.
What corners has Parker Washington gone against that's actually challenged him, other than Michigan's? How did he do against Michigan, by the way? How was your offense against
He did great against Michigan. I mean, if you go back and look at some of his receptions, insane. I mean, really just, you can go back and look at his game against Minnesota last weekend.
Oh, Minnesota. I'm sorry, but Cameron's team is a letdown, as always. I mean, we know that. I'm sorry, but every Minnesota team does not matter, okay? Your team has not faced a good opponent since Michigan, and your offense was terrible, okay? If it wasn't for the pick six, you weren't in that game, and you know it.
I mean, honestly, Camden, I don't want to think about the Michigan game. It was really sad. It was really disgusting. But here's my thing. C.J. Stroud, right?
Yeah.
28 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, millionaire. How old is he? 19, 20?
Yeah. 20.
Right. Okay, so what I'm really looking for against C.J. Stroud this weekend is he looked really not great against Iowa last weekend.
It's Iowa's defense. Like, what do you mean? What do you want him to do?
Iowa's defense was on the field like pretty much the entire game because their offense is so horrible. Of course they're going to get gassed by the end of the field. Like, what do you expect? Iowa's defense was probably on the field the entire game. And then they got a really quick break when C.J. Stroud would throw an interception. They ran it back for a touchdown. And then back to offense, back to another interception. It was the game of interceptions. It was really, really boring.
I've got one thing for you, Kelly. If you're going to tell me Ohio State did not play well last week, I totally agree with you. They did not play close to average. And they still beat Iowa 54-10. Do you realize Iowa, since their coach has been there, they've only given up 40 points 4 times, okay? One was against Michigan, one was against Iowa State.
Have you seen Iowa play football this year?
Yes, I'm just letting you know.
This isn't about Iowa and how horrifying their offense is to watch.
Okay, but if you're going to
argue This is about Penn State and Ohio State. This is, Camden, I'm just saying, I have nothing to lose here. I am used to this. This is every year. This is a bigger rivalry game than the Michigan-Ohio State game, in my opinion. This is going to be all the marbles here because you could lose against Michigan like you guys did last year and still go have a nice, fancy, shiny bowl game.
Listen,
everybody, listen. Mediator coming in hot right now. Thank you so much for your points. I know we would be here all day, but we got to go right to my nightlight. So I'll give you a little hint, and then when we come back from the commercial, I will let you know who it is. It was a forward for our UCF men's soccer team in 2021. He was named second team All-East region. So let's see if you can figure out who it is when we come back from this commercial break.
I'm going with Cowboys versus Giants. Why? Because I am a New York Giants fan and I want my first pick of the week to be my team. I see an upset for the New York Giants this Sunday. Bet your entire savings, and I'm telling you right now, they're gonna win. I don't care what you say. It's gonna happen.
I have to go with the Raiders, I think, for this one. I don't see them losing.
Welcome back. It is now time for our primetime picks of the week, the best segment. I'm currently doing awful, standing at 16-10, Oklahoma State and Texas. I'm going Texas 35-27.
All right, Jeff, don't tell me your winner, but who is going to the Super Bowl?
The New England Patriots.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The NFL is gonna make it happen.
and welcome back. And if you haven't guessed my nightlight, it is Luca Dorado. He's the forward for UCF men's soccer. In 2021, he was named second team All-East region. He unanimously in 2021 was named first team All-Conference in AAC. He has 11 goals this season and 28 career goals. Just like I said in the last segment, he is our star of our men's soccer team. I'm super excited to see what he can do for the rest of the season, actually. Well, let's get into my favorite topic ever. Football, UCF football. Kelly, what do we think about our UCF football team? Let's hear it.
Gosh, another year of disappointment. Surprise, surprise. We have all this talent.
Tears.
We have so much talent in our receiving core, and it just truly saddens me to see, I'm going to full name him, Jonathan Rice Plumlee. I don't even think he deserves a cool nickname. To just totally crap the bed, for better lack of words. He looks horrible. I understand why he played baseball and why he got switched to wide receiver at Ole Miss, because this is sad to watch. This sucks. His QBR is 69.6. Nice, but not that nice, okay? He went for 25 for 37 for 296 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, just like CJ Stroud. Bowser went for 11 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Kobe Hudson had 5 receiving for 85 yards. Not good. Looked really horrible. You knew who had a really good game, though? Quarterback of ECU.
I don't even know how to say his first name. Holton? Something like that? Yeah, that was disappointing. I'm sorry. There's not much we could talk about here. I had my mask on earlier because I'm trying to hide me crying. Do you realize?
I'm really upset.
We were told that if all UCF had to do was just beat East Carolina, and we would have gotten game day, okay? The last time we had game day here against Cincinnati, I wasn't here. I was like 12 years old, it felt like. But, the crowd was so electric. I remember watching it on TV. I mean, do you know what that would have meant to all the students here? To just win that football game. I know it's hard, right? To win games like that. But it's tough. It's just tough to have that idea lost. And it's unfortunate we can't get on game day. But, no, this was not a good performance, Emily. And I can't slander JRP, but you definitely can.
It breaks my heart. It really makes me devastated. I'm really sad about JRP. He only had 296 passing yards. And I'm just really upset. The only players that game were Bowser and Boomer that actually did good. I'm just really upset to talk about the UCF football team like this, and JRP especially, because I feel let down. I feel let down. I'm heartbroken. I'm devastated. This game was just a tragedy. And I really, really hope that this is not a preview of what the Cincinnati game is going to be.
We better hope not.
Because I really hope that this was just a whoopsie. We'll just scrape that under the rug and move past it, because I really, really hope that the Cincinnati game is not like this, and I'm literally going to pray. I am really nervous.
I don't think you have to be that nervous, though, because while it does suck, I mean, Lee Corso's from Orlando, his granddaughter's from here, my sister was best friends with her in high school, so it would have been nice to have him back in the hometown. I mean, Camden, you and I have experienced game day multiple times, as Big Ten fans, and it really is, such an awesome experience. It really makes you feel, just so much in the fan support and, you're involved.
It's a different environment. There would have been people camped outside the night before, all right? That's what was happening last time. And I know JRP had 296 passing yards. That's not even that bad. It's the 4 turnovers, all right? The games where he turns the ball over are the games that they struggle in. You look at the last couple games against Temple, against whoever else they played before that they were absolutely dominating. They put up 70 points in the space game, and then they came out and dropped 13. And I know somebody in here said it. Watch out when they actually place a good defense, and that's actually sad to hear. That when we finally play an above-average defense, JRP just struggles. That's what I'll say. Now, luckily, we do have another game to look forward to. All right, it is Thursday, which you'll see this on Friday, but we're days, hours away from the big game against Cincinnati, which somehow we're projected to win. I don't know how, but after that performance last week. But hey, pretty impressive. Kelly, we going to win that game?
Okay, so I was diving into it because I was like, there's no chance we're beating Cincinnati. They're ranked. They're there's no chance, especially after how we played last week. But I was looking into it, and Cincinnati struggled a little bit last week against SMU.
Yes,
really struggled. They were up 14 in the half. They let them come back, and the only reason why it didn't go into overtime is because SMU couldn't convert the 2-point conversion. So here's the thing. We played SMU this year and won 41-17 at home. And I can't remember if the SMU game was at Cincy or at SMU, but UCF, they do pretty well. We have a pretty good home record. We do
very true.
We do pretty good in front of our
true.
So here's really going to be the thing. We really need the fans to come out to the game on Saturday because y'all are there for the tailgates. Tailgate lots are packed. You guys are having a good time, putting it down. Everyone's feeling great. Weather's supposed to be perfect on Saturday. 3:30, I feel like is a great time. We can get all the students to go there. You can be done by 7, go take a nap, change, go to your Halloween party.
Right.
You have to come out and support these guys if you want to see anything done with our football program. Having that 12th man of the crowd is so big, and UCF, they can do that. We've had false starts. We've had interruptions from the crowd. We're annoying as a fan base. Imagine if the whole stadium was full. It would be great. It would be loud. It would be electric. It would be fun. Really, I think that's going to be a big part of our win on Saturday is how much the fans show up.
I agree. And ESPN actually has us projected to win by 60.4%. So I really hope that 60.4 really is honestly in our favor. But I do want to highlight something really quick. Our quarterbacks are very similar. We have Ben Bryant. He has 1,761 passing yards and 15 touchdowns, and JRP has 1,812 passing yards and 11 touchdowns.
And they both have 6 interceptions.
Right. So our numbers are very, very, very similar. So I feel I'm really hoping that it's very equal. If not, we have the upper hand in this game. So just by comparing the quarterbacks, I feel like it should be a pretty equal playing field, but I really hope ESPN is right. Please, the 60.4% chance.
Yeah,
I really hope that's right.
Crowd is absolutely going to make the difference in the game. Hopefully, UCF can win that game. But Emily, I know you got a little something special that you brought up, so I'll let you go ahead and do this.
All right, so this weekend, I guess, is Alumni Week. We have homecoming this weekend, and I'm very excited. I really wanted to highlight some of our alumni that went to UCF and then went and played the professional sport that they played here at UCF. So first, I'm going to start off with Drew Patera. He was a baseball player. He graduated in 2006. He played for the Twins, the Angels, the Dodgers, the Royals, and the Rockies. And right now, he currently coaches for the Angels. And I don't know, Camden, do you want to talk about the next person?
I'll let Kellie do Gabe Davis. That's her
Okay,
dog.
So Gabe Davis, huge fan, plays for the Buffalo Bills. He's phenomenal. He graduated in 2019, and now he's one of the top wide receivers in the NFL.
Right. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do Matthew Wright. He was a kicker who came in absolutely clutch last year for the Jacksonville Jaguars in that game in London against Miami. This year, filled in for Harrison Butker on the Kansas City Chiefs when he was out for an injury. And, guy's solid, so good for him. Emily, I know we got a couple more players, so I'll let you go ahead and choose another one you want to talk about.
All right, I got Taco Fall. He is a basketball player. He graduated from UCF in 2019. He plays on the Xinjiang Flying Tigers. And we see really good things from him. I'm very excited to highlight him. We also have Latavius Murray. He's a football player, graduated in 2012. He plays on the Denver Broncos right now as a running back.
And then Shaquem Griffin, the last one. We know him. Guy's great, just retired, so good for him. Emily, I'm going to let you go ahead and close out the show.
Alrighty, unfortunately, that's all the time we have left. Thank you so much to our guests, Mason, Kiersten, and Kellie, for joining us. And thank you for watching this special Halloween episode of Nighttime. See you next week. Go Knights and charge on.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max.